In 1994, Kigali was the epicenter of a national nightmare. Over 250,000 people were killed in the city alone. During one of the most horrific genocides the world has ever seen, the country was left in ruins. The genocide had shattered not only lives, but the very soul of Rwanda. Kigali, once a small administrative town, was reduced to a shell of its former self. Most cities never recovered from that kind of trauma, but Kigali, it didn't just recover, it redefined itself. While other African capitals struggled with traffic, pollution, and disorder, Kigali is setting the standard as Africa's cleanest, safest, and most well-planned city. But how did Kigali, once marred by tragedy, evolve into one of the most remarkably designed cities on the planet? And what can other cities learn from Kigali's extraordinary rebirth? In this video, we find out this and much more. You see, the transformation of Kigali didn't happen by accident. It began with a vision so audacious that most urban planners would have called it impossible. In 2000, Rwanda launched Vision 2020, followed by the National Strategy for Transformation, setting the stage for one of the most comprehensive urban redesigns in modern history. But here's what makes Kigali different from every other African capital. They didn't just plan for growth, they planned for radical sustainability. The Kigali Master Plan 2050, prepared with technical collaboration, was designed as an inclusive process, ensuring good participation by repeatedly engaging qualified stakeholders and following a bottom-up approach. This wasn't your typical top-down government directive. Every decision involved community representatives, opinion leaders, and ordinary citizens. The result? A master plan that integrates housing, green spaces, and economic zones into a cohesive vision. A blueprint that would later give birth to groundbreaking projects like Green City Kigali. But the real genius lies in the numbers. Kigali's population is growing at over 3% a year, one of the fastest rates in Africa, yet the city remains strikingly clean. The secret? Planners didn't just design streets and buildings, they designed the way people interact with them. Kigali's population density is 1,410 persons per square kilometer, yet it feels spacious and breathable. The master plan addresses 10 integral areas of land use: settlement, pedestrian pathways, environmental conservation, green growth, commercial and industrial activities, aviation, agriculture, defense, infrastructure, and recycling. Every square meter serves multiple purposes, creating efficiency that Western cities can only dream of. The question isn't how they planned it so well, it's how they convinced an entire nation to follow through. Then came one of Kigali's boldest moves, banning non-biodegradable plastic bags in 2008. Rwanda became one of the first countries to fully ban single-use plastic bags. Rwanda later expanded the ban in 2019 to cover all single-use plastics, from cups to straws, reinforcing a nationwide habit of environmental discipline. Together, these measures prove that even a small nation can lead the world in bold climate action. When you arrive at Kigali International Airport, a sign greets you: use of non-biodegradable polythene bags is prohibited. This is no empty warning. Violators face fines of up to 50,000 francs or even jail time. Enforcement is strict and unapologetic. Airport security confiscates plastic bags from luggage. Undercover inspectors visit markets without notice. The message is clear. Rwanda takes its ban seriously. Despite pushback from small businesses and the rise of a plastic bag black market, the government has held firm. The results speak for themselves. In 2018, Eric Solheim, then executive director of the United Nations Environment Programme, praised Kigali as the cleanest city on the planet, citing its litter-free streets and exemplary urban management. Kigali's urban achievements have since been recognized by UN Habitat, the World Bank, and the World Economic Forum as a model for green growth in rapidly developing regions. Walk through any street in Kigali today, and you'll understand why international observers are stunned. This wasn't just environmental policy, it was urban design through behavioral engineering. By eliminating the source of 70% of urban litter, they created a foundation for the cleanest city that was to come. While other African capitals choke on traffic fumes, Kigali took a different path. They asked a revolutionary question: what if city streets were designed for people instead of vehicles? The answer came in the form of the most comprehensive car-free zone network in Africa. Since 2015, vehicle traffic has been stopped in that zone. In March 2021, Kigali City announced modern construction and rebranding of the Kigali car-free zone into Imbuga City Walk. This isn't just a weekend experiment, it's a permanent transformation of urban space. Located in the center of Kigali, Road KN4 Avenue, Imbuga City Walk, a 520-meter corridor, is Kigali's largest car-free zone. But the real innovation goes deeper. From 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 2 Sundays every month, there isn't a single car in sight. City officials estimate that 10,000 people come out for those Sundays, getting on bicycles, strapping on skates, hopping on skateboards, or slipping into takis. These car-free days happen twice monthly, transforming entire neighborhoods into massive public spaces. The health impact is staggering. Between 2016 and 2020, nearly 50,000 people were screened for non-communicable diseases during these car-free events. The streets became outdoor gyms, screening centers, and community gathering spaces all at once. Normally, a city is for people, not vehicles, said Luban Ahimbisibwe, Director of Infrastructure in the city. We want to turn Kigali into a pedestrian-friendly city. The city requires all new buildings to have underground parking, preparing the infrastructure for a car-free future. The result? Air pollution dropped by 21% during COVID lockdowns when motorcycle traffic was reduced, proving that Kigali's sustainable transport vision isn't just idealistic, it's scientifically sound. On the last Saturday of every month from 8 to 11 a.m., Rwanda shuts down for Umuganda, a nationwide community service program formalized in 1998 but rooted in older traditions. Over decades, this ritual has reshaped not just Kigali's public spaces, but how Rwandans see their shared responsibility for them. According to behavior change theory and research, it takes time and repetition to change human behaviors. With Umuganda's fixed monthly schedule, this culture of shared responsibility made it easier for Rwandans to embrace other environmental policies, like the plastic ban, as part of daily life. The brilliance lies in the psychology. When you personally sweep the streets, pick up litter, and maintain public spaces, you develop ownership of those spaces. Littering becomes not just illegal, but personally offensive. The Umuganda monthly works are decided locally by the local leaders and citizens in that community, which projects the community wishes to improve, build, and clean. This creates what urban planners call social cohesion through shared responsibility. Communities decide their own projects, building schools, fixing roads, planting trees, or creating gardens. The national government doesn't dictate the work. Communities choose based on their needs. The results cascade through urban design. When citizens are actively invested in maintaining public spaces, those spaces can be designed more ambitiously. Parks don't need defensive designs because people protect them. Car-free zones thrive because communities monitor them. Green spaces flourish because residents tend them. This partnership between the government and its citizens fosters a culture of mutual responsibility that sustains Kigali's status as a clean city. Umuganda didn't just clean the city, it fundamentally changed how Rwandans relate to public space. Kigali's most ambitious project yet is reshaping how the world thinks about sustainable urban development, covering a designated 600-hectare area on Kinyinya Hill. The project aligns with the City of Kigali Master Plan 2050, envisioning an affordable, sustainable urban community for 170,000 to 200,000 residents. This is Green City Kigali, backed by 40 million euros from the German government and designed as a living laboratory for African urbanization. The project operates on 4 revolutionary pillars: affordable and socially equitable development, climate change adaptation and mitigation, resource efficiency, and culturally sensitive urban development. The initial phase will focus on a 16-hectare pilot site, planned for 1,700 to 2,000 units through public-private partnerships. But here's what makes it unprecedented. Every building incorporates green technology. Every street channels rainwater into natural systems, and every neighborhood is designed around 15-minute walkability. Residents won't need cars for daily activities because everything, schools, markets, healthcare, and employment is within walking distance. The genius lies in affordability without compromise. While green buildings typically cost more, Green City Kigali achieves sustainability through intelligent design rather than expensive technology. Buildings use passive cooling, natural lighting, and local materials. Energy comes from solar panels integrated into architectural design. Waste becomes resources through circular economy principles. By combining affordable housing with green technologies, resource efficiency, and inclusive design, the Green City Kigali initiative aims to set a new standard and serve as a model for cities across Africa. This isn't just housing development, it's a prototype for how rapidly urbanizing African cities can grow sustainably. The project addresses Africa's most pressing urban challenge: how to house millions of new city residents without destroying the environment or creating slums. Kigali's success is a feedback loop. The plastic ban keeps streets spotless and making car-free zones more inviting. That boosts walking and cycling, which improves air quality, encouraging even more public life outdoors. As a result, community-driven initiatives like Umuganda thrive, fostering collective responsibility and long-term investment in maintaining clean, livable public spaces. This is systems thinking in action, where every element, from defense zones to recycling facilities, connects into a resilient, integrated whole. Every urban system connects to every other system, creating resilience through redundancy and efficiency through integration. The numbers prove the concept works. Rwanda's population density is among the highest in sub-Saharan Africa, at 500 inhabitants per square kilometre, yet quality of life continues improving. The urban population is expected to increase from 3.7 million in 2022 to at least 16.2 million by 2052. But the infrastructure is being built to handle this growth sustainably. The ultimate measure of Kigali's design success isn't just cleanliness or sustainability, it's replicability. Cities across Africa are studying Kigali's model, adapting its principles to their contexts. Kigali didn't just rebuild, it redesigned a city to be sustainable, equitable, and future-ready. Kigali also shows that sustainable urban design isn't a luxury for wealthy nations. It's a discipline any committed city can adopt, even with limited resources. Now, the question isn't can other cities replicate this blueprint, it's how fast can they adapt it. If you could apply one Kigali-style change in your city, the plastic ban, car-free Sundays, or community urban planning, which one would it be? Let us know in the comments, and hit subscribe to explore the design ideas shaping cities everywhere.